Hello. So today we are going to talk about the third item in the list in that video, 5 things to stop before 2026. And if you haven't watched that video yet, go ahead and watch that. It's in the list of videos. But the third item in that list is how to stop overgiving. And that's what we're talking about today. One of the ways that we overgive is mental space. And we touched briefly on that in that video, 5 things to stop before 2026. We talked about how when someone does something or says something, and we continue to have those ruminating thoughts about that situation or about that person, that is one way that we are giving out our energy towards that situation that has already taken place. So that is a form of overgiving. But there are other ways that we also overgive in our mental space. And one of those ways is worry. When we spend a lot of time worrying about an outcome or how we're going to manage things, or what someone might say or do, or any of those things, when we spend time worrying, we are releasing a tremendous amount of energy out into the universe, and not in a positive way. We are releasing the negative energy of worry. And remember, all the energy that you release into the universe, it comes back to you. So the things that you worry about, you are just creating a cyclical pattern of that coming right back. So, worry is not something that you want to do. We can also spend energy with regret. Regret is a big thing, because the thing is, you can't change what happened in the past. You can only move forward from here. So having regret over something is just an absolute waste of your energy. You're over giving your energy to an event that has already taken place. And it's not going to change it one bit. And another way that we can spend time in the mental space that releases our energy is through trying to figure out the how and the when, or the why. Those questions need to be turned inside, and ask those questions to the divine. Allow the divine to reveal those things to you. Those are questions that will be answered, but it may not be answered in the moment that you want them answered in. So sometimes it may take a little bit of patience, but it's not healthy to spend your energy, your mental space, in trying to figure out those questions, or trying to figure out, when something's going to happen, or how is it going to happen, or or why did it happen. All that energy spent there is spent energy that you can't get back. They're all distractions. All these things that we're talking about regarding the mental space are just distractions that are keeping you from the present moment and from consciously living. So, that is definitely one way that you want to stop overgiving. Another item under the category of how to stop overgiving is reactions. This one takes discipline, because our natural human reaction is to react. I mean, that's just the way it is. It takes discipline to not react, and to rather respond to a situation or to a person. And that leaks a lot of energy when you are reacting to something, especially at the spur of the moment. If something happens and you give a knee-jerk reaction, that's a burst of energy coming out of you, and you are overgiving to a great extent, especially if someone is trying to provoke you or to provoke a reaction out of you. That is just, that's petty. You don't want to give your energy to that. Just shut that petty shit down. Not everybody and not everything deserves your response. Not reaction, but response. Some things are just better left unsaid. Let it roll. Let them deal with the consequences of not getting the energy they're trying to pull from you. It's not necessary to give reactions. It's much healthier to respond when you are giving a conscious response, not a knee jerk reaction, but a conscious response coming from the heart space. And that doesn't mean that it has to be soft and warm and fuzzy. Even though it comes from the heart space, it can also be direct and assertive. Another item under the category of how to stop overgiving is to protect your energy and cleanse it. So, in the last two things that we just spoke about, we talk about how the energy is released out of us. Now, this one, we're going to talk about how we keep that energy inside of us, towards us, and not bursting out towards others or situations. Because your energy, as I've stated before, is the most valuable currency that exists. I don't care how much money someone may have, it will never equal the personal energy of an individual. So remember how valuable your energy is. And you want to keep it within your sphere, within your auric field, within your energetic field. We don't want our energy to leak outside of that. And we want to protect our energy. We want to cleanse it. And there are several different ways that you can cleanse your energy. You can grounding will cleanse your energy, and visualizing white light coming from above and cleansing your entire auric field and your entire body, going down into the earth as you stand barefoot on the ground. And you don't have to be barefoot on the ground. You can visualize all of this. Anything that we visualize is just as real as something that we are actually experiencing, because we actually experience what we visualize, but that's for a whole nother video. So, but it's important to cleanse your energy on a regular basis. It's important to protect your energy and for you to understand exactly how valuable your energy is, and to consciously choose who you give your energy to, what you give your energy to, and how you give it. That is very important. And the last item on in the category of how to stop overgiving is to allow yourself to step into your feminine energy. Because when we are in our feminine energy, we are in an energy of receiving, not giving. We are in the mode of receiving all the good and all the blessings and all the love that the universe has for us. We soften our energy. We allow it to relax. We come into that deep knowing within ourselves that all is good, all is well, and the universe is always working in our favor. God, the divine, is always working in our favor, and we can relax. We can settle down into that. We can get cozy and comfy right into that knowing. And we can allow the good and all the wonderful blessings to come into our life by settling into a receiving mode and settling, coming into our feminine energy comfortably and passionately and in a full acceptance. And this is for men as well, because as stated before, all of us have masculine and feminine energy within us. We are created in the image of the divine. And the divine is a balance of masculine and feminine energy. So when we are in our balance of masculine and feminine energy, we are in the image of the divine. But to be conscious about receiving, to be conscious about not overgiving, we want to step fully into that feminine energy, whether you are a woman or a man. And that doesn't mean that you're acting dainty or or feminine or looking feminine. I mean, it will for a woman, but for a man, that doesn't mean that you are less of a man to come into your feminine energy. It just means that you are conscious enough to recognize that that is just as important of an energy as the masculine energy is. It's just as important to be able to receive as it is to give. So enjoy being in your feminine energy. Relish that energy within you. So, how do we start to stop overgiving? This one is a very simple answer. You have to become consciously aware of your energy, of how you are living your life daily. It's all a part of becoming consciously aware. It's that simple. And in the ascension process that humanity is going through, we are learning how to become consciously aware. So I hope this information has helped you in some way, shape, or form, or perhaps it may help someone that you know. And our next video, the last one, no, not the last one, the fourth item on that list is how to stop comparing yourself. And I am sending you all lots of love and lots of activation energy.